Hey out there, it's Wake Angel 2001 with another Sonic Boom vlog. This one is, look at me scratching my face while I'm talking to you guys. This one is called Aim Low. Oh, by the way, if you're wondering why this one is up so late, is that I tried to watch the episode after I recorded it in the morning, but I was up really late last night, so I just I watched the episode in a daze and then fell asleep right after it ended. And then when I woke up, I didn't really remember much of what happened in it. And then then I had to go to work, so I decided to just wait until I got home to watch the episode again. Okay, so this episode is actually a pretty slow burn. There's no big moment or you know, like crazy wacky action. This episode is a much slower pace, and it's actually pretty interesting. We get this new character. His name is Soar the Eagle. He's a pretty big guy. He's taller than Knuckles. He's actually almost as tall as Eggman. I'm looking at my collection up there. He's kind of like if you made a character as tall as and muscular as Storm the Albatross, but if he had more of a resemblance to Jet, except he has forearm feathers, like the same way that Predator Hawk has from the comic book. It's actually pretty interesting to see what a bird looks like. And by the way, he's an eagle. I said that. He's Soar the Eagle. And he's basically a motivational speaker. But, you know, I'm getting out of sequence. Let's do the synopsis. The episode opens with Dr. Eggman trying to fight off Sonic and his friends, and they defeat his scorpion robot, and he says he has one more trick up his sleeve, and he brings in this giant satellite dish-looking death ray cannon, and it starts to charge up, and he says that it takes a minute, so let it load up, and you see the power gauge slowly filling, and then Sonic breaks it. After his one more trick is destroyed, Dr. Eggman just kind of quietly and slowly plods to his Eggomatic hovercraft, climbs inside of it, and flies away without saying anything. No, I'll get you next time. No curses. No, you got lucky. No, we'll call it a draw. He just flies away and very visibly depressed. So Sonic and his friends go out. Amy points out that Eggman seems to be phoning it in, and they're just going through the motions. And Knuckles says that maybe their A game just makes his A game look like a Z game, and which is actually pretty clever and funny. And then they ruin it by having him say, "That's funny if you know the alphabet, I think." Like, you can't even let Knuckles get off one good joke without making him sound like a complete wooden-headed dumbass, huh? Oh, by the way, I really hate what's happened to Knuckles' character over the years, in case you're wondering. Like, I don't mind his physical character redesign, but what they've done to his personality and IQ, that I hate. Okay, so Eggman goes back to his base, and he turns on the TV, and he finds a motivational speaker commercial. So he hires Soar the Eagle, who says that he can come in and you know, do like motivational seminars. You can book him for weddings and birthdays and all that. And Eggman's like, "All right, let's do this." So Eggman calls him in to do his big motivational speech, which he does as if he's talking to this huge crowd, even though the only person in the room is Eggman. So he agrees to a package where he's a live-in life coach, a guru, as you will, and he starts to travel around with Eggman, telling him that he can be a great villain if he just pushes himself beyond the limits. So you know, he's like flying around his hovercraft, shooting lasers at children's candy. Like, there's a skinny little walrus kid walking next to a bigger beaver kid, and the walrus kid has a lollipop, and he gets zapped, and the ice cream is like, "Ha ha!" And then the ice cream gets zapped, and the walrus is like, "Ha ha!" It's like, oh, everyone's Nelson. So we got things going on. So he's coaching him. He's like, whenever Eggman starts to doubt himself, Soar's like, "You can do it. You just gotta believe in yourself and push yourself and blah, 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 blah. So so while Sonic and his friends are looking at the world's largest ball of twine, Dr. Eggman detonates the top of a mountain in the shape of his face, causing a rock slide which almost crushes everybody, and Sonic uses the twine to weave like a fence thing to catch the debris. And then Amy mentions that, hey, Dr. Eggman's been getting a little more creative lately. Like, yeah, he tried to kill us in a unique and interesting way that left a really cool calling card up there. I wish we lived in this world. I mean, imagine if the terrorists attacked us and it was a charming and amusing thing that where nobody got hurt, like you know what? I'm not going to continue that thread because I think I'll start to depress myself, maybe offend some people out there. But still, I wish we lived in this world where our worst enemies are just like our quirky neighbors with their silly projects. That's what I'm trying to say. Alright, so the thing is, Dr. Eggman, he starts to get his confidence, and he thinks he doesn't need Soar the Eagle anymore. Soar says that he's only 6 steps into a 31-step program, but Eggman goes ahead and fires him. So he tries to come up with a plan to take out Sonic and his friends, but he can't really decide on anything, so he just kind of walks away. And so we cut over to Sonic and his friends making a sand sculpture of Tails' plane, with little Tails inside. And they start to wonder what Eggman's been up to, and like Knuckles is saying, "Why you look a gift horse in the mouth?" Eggman's not doing anything. So Sonic thinks that Eggman's plotting something. So he runs off to Eggman's tower, and it's revealed that it's not actually a sculpture of the plane. It's the actual plane is sitting there, and they just coated everything, including Tails, with a fine layer of sand. Unexpected? So Sonic goes into the base, and he's like, "Aha! I caught you sitting on a couch wallowing in your own filth." Yeah, it turns out that Dr. Eggman has just been sitting around in his pajamas watching TV and eating snacks. And he like spilled guacamole all over his left boob, and he's like dipping the chips in his boob, like, oh, it sounds like ew. So yeah, Cubot and Norbot say that ever since he fired Soar the Eagle, he's lost motivation to really do anything. Like, this almost feels like one of those pot PSAs. The only difference is that Dr. Eggman is just kind of sitting on the couch eating stuff instead of being like a deflated balloon version of himself. So what happens some more? Yeah, so it turns out that without Dr. Eggman, Sonic starts to go stir-crazy, and he starts bugging the crap out of everybody else. Like, he tries to see if Tails is up for a race, and he runs and causes the backdraft from his wing causes all of his paperwork to fly everywhere. Oh, by the way, he was cleaning up the sand from the plane in the hangar. It makes you wonder, did Tails let them cover his plane in sand just so he could take the time to clean it out afterwards? I mean, was Tails so hard-pressed for something to do that he actually let his friends give him that busy work? Okay, so then Sonic goes to talk to Knuckles, and Knuckles is trying to hang a very delicate birdhouse on a tree. And Sonic bursts in and makes him drop it, and it breaks. You know, does Knuckles actually have an interest in crafts? Does he make birdhouses regularly? Is he actually a skilled sculptor and we just don't know it? I don't know, but anything to give Knuckles another dimension instead of the muscle-bound dumbass. Like, I am so not into this muscle-bound dumbass portrayal, and I actually would like him to be a guy who's into carpentry. That would be cool. And give him something, man! Okay, so we go on. He goes to see how Amy is, and Amy is painting a painting to commemorate the first time she ever painted a painting. And for the record, the painting actually looks pretty nice, because Amy's painting a portrait of herself painting a picture, and and the Amy in the painting looks slightly different, like what Amy would have looked like years ago. She's wearing a different dress. It looks like her spines are in a slightly different style. It's actually interesting. It shows that these characters didn't always look like this. Back a few years ago, Amy looked different. She might even have been going through a gothic Lolita thing, given the whole dark color of her dress. So Sonic at this point, Sonic is just kind of like running around her room because every little noise or creak he hears, he thinks it's Dr. Eggman. It's amazing how codependent these guys are on each other. Without attacking Sonic and his friends, Dr. Eggman just becomes a guy who sits on a couch eating all day. And without Dr. Eggman attacking them, Sonic just becomes like aimless and starts driving around everywhere and getting paranoid. It's I mean, this thing can be shown as a demonstration of the dangers of codependent relationships. Alright, so Sonic's running around, he knocks Amy over. I don't think he ruins her painting, but she does mention how expensive and perishable her paints are. So, you know, Sonic has annoyed her, but I don't think he ruined her painting or spilled her paint, so I don't know why they really bothered for that. I mean, Sonic should have stepped on one of the paints and squirted it everywhere, but he didn't. So we go to Styx's house, which is like a hole carved into a cliff. It has a door, at least. And they're talking about how they need Eggman to attack again, so that Sonic can have something to do. So what Amy has everybody go up to Dr. Eggman's base, and he's still sitting on the couch watching TV, and he's trying to they're trying to bait him into attacking. So that's not happening. So like Knuckles kicks over the garbage can, nothing. So what they do is they call Sonic and they say that Dr. Eggman's attacking them. So Sonic eagerly runs to the tower, and when he gets in there, everyone's like, Dr. Eggman is killing us! And their acting is so hammy and fake that Sonic's like, guys, this isn't gonna work. And Eggman's like, yeah, I know. Amy, will you knock it off? And he's like raising a TV to try and hear the TV over their fake ass moans. And Sonic doesn't buy it for a second. I mean, kudos. I mean, even when he's all paranoid looking for a fight, he knows when Dr. Eggman's actually not doing something. So so they go into this funk. They get into an argument and Sonic says that Eggman shouldn't be talking to Amy that way because he's telling Amy knock it off, I'm trying to watch this, and Sonic's like, hey, she's like just trying to help, and what are you gonna do about it? Well, I'll look at you sternly and say, oh yeah, I'll look at you sternly and say, yeah, really, oh really, yeah, really. Self-fulfilling prophecy line. That was actually pretty well delivered there. I mean, if you just hear the first line by itself, it doesn't sound anything, but then you hear the follow-up line, it's perfect. It worked. And then he and Dr. Eggman start arguing, and Dr. Eggman pushes the button and summons a bunch of robots, which Sonic starts to smash, and everyone's like, alright! And that's where the episode ends. Yeah, this was, like I said, this is a slow burn episode. There's no big comedic or action beat moment. We just see the characters naturally, they're in a funk. They don't know what to do anymore. Dr. Eggman is tired of his continual defeats and can't muster up the motivation to do anything anymore. And the heroes, without a villain to pester them anymore, they also lose their direction, especially Sonic, who apparently doesn't have any hobbies. He does suggest board games, but by then everyone's already gone to Eggman's place. I would have loved to see if one of those board games was a board game version of Sonic Shuffle. That would have been amazing. Yeah. Like I said, this I don't know if this episode will be to everyone's taste, because when you watch a comedy show, a lot of times the slow burn tends to be weaker. but I appreciate it for what it was. You know, it's a show, like, a lot of times when your show's comedic, like, there's too much pressure to keep up the energy level and make it manic and crazy and silly. And the thing is, a lot of times that's not really the way to go, because then you start to get obnoxious. You start to do like what Teen Titans Go does. But no, like this is like, shows like Adventure Time can actually take a time to step back and enjoy the slower, quiet moments. So like we have the scenes where Dr. Eggman is like, are you going to let people walk on you? No! Are you gonna, you know what I'm saying. So yeah, this is a much slower paced episode, but I think that it still works very well. So yeah, like it might not be to everyone's taste, but I think it was well composed and well made. It's good to see that the show can actually vary its tone a little. You know, like, you don't have to have high-stakes action. You don't have to have a lot of wild movement. You don't have to have a lot of in-your-face comedy all the time. Like, you can actually just let the characters, you know, have a day when they're depressed. I mean, this is very much the day in the life of a person who's starting to question their life decisions. And, I just realized that that's pretty heavy subject matter for a comedy action show featuring an egg-shaped scientist and a bunch of cartoon animals. Yeah, so it's good. It's good. It's been almost 17 minutes. I think I'll let it end there. Alright, I'll see you guys next week.